We all know the Lakers need to vastly upgrade at the center position. And on today's show, we are going to take a look at 5 free agent targets at the center spot that the Lakers could sign in NBA free agency. Welcome into the Lakers Report by Chat Sports. I am Jeffrey Cooperstein. Hope you guys are enjoying your week so far. And if you want to see some more potential trade targets for the Lakers, hit that thumbs up icon. The more likes we get on this video, the more videos we are able to do here on this channel, the more time our bosses will allow us to create Lakers content. So if you love the Lakers, like this video, and let's hop right in to today's show. The Lakers currently only have a $5.7 million mid-level exception, but there is some flexibility that's around that. They could open a approximately $12 million non-taxpayer mid-level, as the Lakers are currently in the luxury tax right now. So they would have to shed some salary in order to make this work, but it certainly is possible. So let's hop right in to the targets. Brook Lopez of the Milwaukee Bucks, one of the best veteran centers in the NBA, and he can kind of do it all on the offensive and defensive end as a big. Averaged 13 and 5 this past year, played 80 games as well, which is something of note for the Lakers. Shot 37% from three. He's a good shot blocker as well. Now, you'd like a little more rebounding from Brook Lopez, just five rebounds per game last season, but he does play out on the perimeter more often than not, so that's why that number is a little low. He did just turn 37 years old. He's been in this league for a long time when him and his twin brother came out of Stanford. And look, I think Lopez would be a really good fit for the Los Angeles Lakers. His previous average annual value was $24 million. You're not going to have to pay $24 million to get Brook Lopez. I do think that you could probably get him on somewhere near the taxpayer mid-level. If you have to do a little sign-in trade with Milwaukee to go get him as well, I think you could do that. But Brook Lopez would be a fantastic option for this team, running a pick and pop with Luka, being able to knock down open threes when the Lakers are running sort of their driving kicks with Luka and LeBron. So I think Lopez would be a fantastic fit for this team going forward. And if this is the direction they wanted to go, I'd be all in on it. Steven Adams, who played with the Houston Rockets this last year, he's dealt with a little injury concerns over the last season and a half or so. But Adams is someone who, again, one of the most well-respected veterans in this league. Everyone talks highly of Steven Adams, especially his locker room presence, and as just a true gentleman and just does everything really well. In 22-23, before he got hurt, he averaged 8.5 points, over 11 rebounds, and then a block a game as well. This year, didn't play too much with the Rockets, averaging just 4 points and 5.5 rebounds. But like I said, he'd be a physical force, if nothing else, and he'd be a fantastic locker room presence as one of the veterans in this league that everyone loves and respects. And you can never have enough veteran presence on a team like the Lakers who are trying to compete for an NBA title. Adams knows what it takes to go deep in the postseason, as he's been there multiple times, and I think that he would be a really good addition to the Lakers as well. His previous AAV was $12.6 million. Again, if you want to create the non-taxpayer mid-level, he could get around that same thing. But I think Adams you might even be able to get for the veteran minimum, if not a little less than that. Interesting option there, although I think Lopez would probably be a better fit basketball-wise. Kevon Looney is a free agent. He spent a lot of his time with the Golden State Warriors as a multi-time NBA champ. And Looney is someone who was in and out of the Warriors rotation this past season, and in the postseason, he really didn't play much at all. And I thought if he would have played more in Golden State's second round against Minnesota when they needed some size, Golden State might have been able to make a little more of a dent in that series, even without Steph Curry. So keep an eye on Kevon Looney as well as a potential option for the Lakers. We will get to the final two options here in just a few moments, but I do need to tell you guys about our sponsor, which of course is PrizePicks, America's #1 daily fantasy sports app. PrizePicks has over 10 million members and billions of dollars in awarded winnings, making daily fantasy sports accessible to all. You just pick more or less on at least 2 players for a shot to win up to 2,000 times your cash. Run your game all season long on PrizePicks. And don't forget, you can also turn your playoff hot takes into tickets to basketball's championship series. Every lineup you make on PrizePicks will enter you in the Takes-Two ticket sweepstakes, which could get you and a +1 a VIP trip to the ship. Sign up today and get $50 instantly when you play $5. You don't even need to win to receive that bonus. It is guaranteed. PrizePicks also offers weekly promotions that could lead to big payouts like Taco Tuesday, where each Tuesday PrizePicks will discount select player projections up to 25% to provide even more value for your lineups. And here is a lineup we have for Game 2 of the Eastern Conference Finals. Give me the more on Jalen Brunson, 29.5 points. And I'll also take the more on Aaron Nesmith, points, rebounds, and assists at 19.5. So you can copy my picks or make your own picks. Just please make sure you do it with our friends over at PrizePicks. Download the PrizePicks app today and use code CLNS to get that $50 bonus when you play your first $5 lineup. That link will be in the comments and the description of today's show. Shout out to PrizePicks. Run your game. Looney last season with the Golden State Warriors in 76 games, 4.5 points and 6 rebounds. He shot 40% from 3. I have to imagine that's on less than 2 attempts a game, so I wouldn't put too much stock in that 3-point percentage number. But he's always been good around the rim, is a good pick-and-roll player. So, yeah, I do think he's a good fit for the Lakers potentially, but I'm not sure he leaves Golden State. Why would he leave a team that he's won multiple NBA titles with, that he's been an entrenched player with for the longest time? And he signed a deal there. I want to say it was 4 years ago. He signed a long-term deal with Golden State, and it wouldn't shock me at all if he signed another deal to return to the Bay Area. He made $7.5 million a year on his last contract. I expect he makes a little less than that. Maybe the taxpayer mid-level would be a good fit for Cavon Looney. Clint Capella, who is finally a free agent. It feels like he's been in trade rumors forever since he's joined the Atlanta Hawks from the Houston Rockets. But Capella, I've always really liked him, and I know the Mavericks, when they had Luka, were trying to trade for Capella for the longest time. So they clearly view that as a potential fit due to the Los Angeles Lakers. Basically, he's a walking double-double. I know this year it was 9 and 8.5, but the last couple of seasons, 12 and 11, 11.5 and 10 and 6, and he's always going to shoot well around the rim. He is a quintessential pick-and-roll center who can also do it on the defensive end as well as far as rebounding and gives you a little shot blocking. Now, he has lost a step, and he isn't the guy he once was in his younger days where he was really moving around super well. And look, he was a guy who got a pretty high-ticket contract on his last deal. I believe it was 4 years and $86 million or something like that. So he got a really big deal this summer. Not sure he's going to get as much, but Clint Capella, Luka Doncic has been a pairing that the Mavs tried to make. Maybe it's one that Rob Pelinka tries to visit as 2025 NBA free agency draws near. And the final guy we're going to talk about today is Myles Turner. We've talked about Myles Turner multiple times here on this channel, and if they could land him, I think that would give the Lakers a hell of a chance to win the West next season. Myles Turner, who signed an extension with Indiana a couple of years ago, finally becomes a free agent now. He averaged 15.5 this year, 6 boards. He's one of the best shot blockers in the NBA, and he's really shooting the three well the last couple of seasons this year at 39.5%. Now, the thing with Myles Turner is you're not getting him on the regular mid-level or the taxpayer mid-level. You would have to free up space to go get Myles Turner. I expect his contract to be somewhere in the $17 to $20 million range. His average annual value of his last contract was $20.4 million. And I sort of think that if you're going to get Myles Turner, you're going to have to do it via a sign and trade, and you're going to be giving up a guy like a Jared Vanderbilt, a Gabe Vincent, or a Rui Hachimura in order to go get that done. Myles Turner, by far the best player that we've talked about so far today. And if the Lakers could land him, I think it would be a fantastic addition to this roster. Before we get on out of here, I want you guys to go ahead and pick a center down below. Brook Lopez, Steven Adams, Kevon Looney, Clint Capella, and Myles Turner are the 5 guys we talked about. Pick the one you want. Type 1 for Lopez, 2 for Adams, 3 for Looney, 4 for Capella, and 5 for Myles Turner. Go down and let me know. That will do it for today's show, guys. Appreciate you for tuning in to the Lakers Report by Chat Sports. And, of course, if any Lakers news drops, we will have you covered here on the channel. So hit that sub button. It's youtube.com/LakersTV, and we'll see you soon.